from the police, and they told me that I need to open emergency exit. They've been almost 3,500 people, almost 4,000. And it was really complicated to tell them to leave in one time. The police told me to tell the people, take a left. After a few minutes, I see a woman that she get out from the car, and she was bleeding from the head. And the second I put her on the ambulance, and the paramedic take her from me, she looked at me and told me the terrorists attacked them. And from that second, we understand that terrorists, they're around us, but we don't know where they are. Many injuries people start to come from that direction. So I drive on my ATV, Bar driving on his ATV, we go there and we see many injuries people that most of them, they getting shot. He's a genius for me. He just take branches from the ground, take the shirt off of the people and start to do tourniquet. Tell me, Dean, push harder. And this is what we're trying to do. We make a tourniquet. After a tourniquet, the police told us that we need to open another emergency exit. But this emergency exit, it's to Moshav that's called Patish. And we see a small group, few people just landing on the ground and don't running. Me and Bar came closer to them and we see 3 injured women that they getting shot in the legs. We did a quickly tourniquet, take them on the ATV and drive them back over here to the ambulance. And if you ask me right now if it was the smart thing to do, of course not. It's a better way to take them and drive to the Patish. But at that time we didn't know like we know right now. We see a terrorist with their cars coming to our direction. The shooting start to come. And go inside, it's to come here to the party. It was around 8:40, 8:30, and I start running to here, and Bar decide to stay there, and it was the last time they see him. I go inside to one car, get out, to the another car and get out. Many cars just go inside and get out. And I don't know why I get out, but I just don't feel that I need to stay in the car. Over there was at the bar of the party. In the beginning, I'm hiding in the fridge, and I'm not small guys, it's not, you know. When the shooting started to come, and more, I tell myself that I can't be there, and I need to do something. The shooting started to come from everywhere, and I just send location to many friends. That I just send location and please help me. One of my best friends is over here, and he texts me, "Dean, near to your location, many terrorists. You need to run away." So I from here take with me a small group, maybe 10 people, just running together with me. We start running from bush to bush, from hideout to hideout, and running hour and a half. We see again terrorists, but this time they've been really close, maybe 50 or 60 meters. And unfortunately, I see in my eyes how most of my group getting shot and get murdered. For me, it was God that saved me in that moment that I didn't get shot. I see that and I take a left. I keep running and I see bullets over here. I see 2 cactus bushes. I decide to jump to the right one, and I've been in the cactus bush from 10:30 in the morning till 7 p.m. Almost 9 hours. The longest my 9 hours in my life. Sent many locations to many friends, trying to describe kind of where I am, but I don't really know. What I heard all of the time, it's the shooting of the terrorists. Israeli people, they just begging for the terrorists, please don't kill me. The time is 1 p.m. I'm in the bush, texting to my friends all of the time that I need help. I see from the right a shadow of terrorists behind me. In 1:35, make my last video inside of the bush, crying. I text to my old brother. He was in Toronto because he lived in Canada a year before October 7th. I text him, Emil, I love you. I'm going to die. And also to my mom. And 2:24, the hour and the minute I never forget in my life. It's the moment that my phone batteries died. 20 or 30 minutes after, I look from the right that 3 terrorists, one by after, come into my bush. For me, it was a time that I accept the death, but thank you God again that they didn't see me. And it was a huge miracle if you ask me. The times keep running and I start hallucinating also from no water. And every time I close my eyes, I just see terrorists in front of me, just crying all the time, waiting for the help. And around maybe between 4 to 5, I don't know exactly, without the phone, I smell a really bad smell of smoke. I tell myself, Dean, they found you and they're going to burn you alive right now. I start to think what I'm going to do. I go out from the bush and fight with them, or stay in the bush and they're going to burn me alive. But I tell myself, I will stay in the bush. Also, Ben, they text me around maybe 10 or 11 or 12. Don't do stupid things, just stay in the bush. The types keep running between 5 to 6. I'm heard calls of the mishtara. It's the police. But also I heard a really bad Arabic accent. I start to think to myself, how it's making sense the police just screaming it's the police when the terrorists killing, shooting all of the time. I think that God tell me, stay, don't move, and this is what I did. The time is start to be 6 something p.m. It start to be dark. Every minute it's more dark and dark. And I see the helicopter just pass, and I just waving to him and begging for help from God at that moment. In 7 it was dark. For me, it feels that it's the night right now. I tell myself, I can't be there anymore. I prefer to do something and running and probably to die on the way. And I start to run at the open field, and what I see around me, it's just bodies from the left, bodies of the people from the right, cars that explode over there and more cars over there. I wish that I didn't need to see that. I keep running maybe 30, 40 minutes, and I see from far away from me the lights from the car. It's or the terrorist or it's the IDF. I don't want to hide anymore. So I just start to screaming, Atzilu, Atzilu, it's help me, help me. Thank you God again, he sent me 2 soldiers. I run into them with a hand, and actually they almost shoot on me. It's making sense also because they don't know if I'm a terrorist, but I just start to screaming in Hebrew, please don't kill me. I'm a security guard from the Nova, I'm a survivor. And it was 2 commanders of the IDF. They give me water, I drink 2 liters. I call to my parents, I call my friends, tell them I'm alive. And the soldier asked me if I see more survivors. So I tell them, no, I'm hiding in a cactus bush. They ask me if I want to go back to the bush and search more survivors. And till now, I don't know why I tell them, yes, let's go and search more survivors. Unfortunately, we don't find the survivors, not even one. The bush next to me, the left one, completely burned, on fire. For me, I see that and I tell myself, Din, it not was hallucinating. The smoke that you smell, and it was real, and it not was your bush, it was the bush next to you that getting burned. For me, it's another miracle in the miracle story. They take me to the gas station, and I see many soldiers. I see more survivors. I start to feel safe. I start to tell myself I survived. And I got a call from Bar's brother and asked me, where is my brother? I tell him, I don't know nothing. And he sent me a video that Hamas posted in October 7. He sent me the video that you see my best friend, childhood friend, the only friend I came to the Nova just to work and make a little bit more money at the weekend. It's one of the famous videos, I don't know if you watch. So Bar, at the video, you can see him landing on the stomach with the hand behind the back. And I watch of the video and just start to crying. I think it was my first panic attack. From there, amazing guy, he just take me to the hospital, just driving over and over, where my parents waited for me. Something about our mom. She had problem with the back. My mom never running, like never. And the moment I get out from the car, Mom ran to me, hugged me like she never hugged. We're crying outside of the hospital saying thank you to God that saved my life. I come home really in the night, and then the day after, October 8th. For me, October 8th, one of the worst days in my life also, and I will explain. My team, every soldier, is my brother. Unfortunately, I got a call that we lose a friend. One of my best friends died on October 7th. It also getting attacked by terrorists. And unfortunately, after that call, I got another call that my personal commander had died. Also, he fights with many terrorists by himself. Another call that another friend I know or don't found or died. And after a few days, I decided to go to the Israeli news and speak there and understand this is what I need to do and I want to do with myself, for me. From there, I started to do many interviews. It's the NBC, many countries. A month ago, I coming back to Israel, and in 2 weeks, I fly into Canada, to Toronto. Actually, I fly in with my older brother. At October 7, he get my messages that I'm going to die and take a flight to Israel and come in here. And every time I speak my story, I tell this message for me. First of all, it's about appreciate the life. I appreciate every small thing in my day. If it's to hang out with my friends, if it's to go and play football with my brother, or a small thing that before October 7 it was really small and nothing. For me, it's a lot. I appreciate your life because the life is beautiful. Many people over here died. And the second thing, it's about faith and belief. 3 months before October 7, I even been not close to be religious. I don't care about the religious thing, about the culture, honestly. But something happened in July that I met a friend that he became religious 3 years ago. And we started to work together in an insurance company. And he every morning started to do a small Torah lesson. After a few days, I tell him, Ori, I want to get closer more to God. And after a few weeks at the work together, I start to keep the kosher thing. And I start to do that every day. And it started in August, only 2 months before October 7. And I'm sure that probably because of that I'm survived. I have the faith that all of the hostages will come back home. The faith, it's not about where you are, where you're from. It's about what you believe. And the faith, it's enough to keep and moving forward in your life. And we're ready for him. For me, Bar is going to be always, and all of my life, my hero. Thank you much, all of you, to come here.